Hello! Welcome back to a Saturday stream here on Tech Ambrosia. Glad to have you all here. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope this week has been at least entertaining, if not relaxing. We're coming up to the holidays here in the US, and that means hopefully work is starting to let off, and everybody's getting a little less stressed, hopefully. Depending on your family, you might be getting more stressed, but hopefully this week was good, and hopefully this ends up being an enjoyable stream. As the title says, BigBadBiologist sent over a BigBadBox of goodies. Now he told me what these things were about a week and a half ago, and because my brain works the way it does, it took me like a week to get to the post office to get it and then get back here, and since then I've forgotten what he sent me, so it's going to be a surprise for all of us today. It should be pretty fun. So yeah, anyway, let's see how chat is doing, and we'll say hi to folks. Looks like Ryzen 9 3900 XT is here. Hello. Welcome. Martin Mack is here. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Martin says, looks rusty. I have it here. That's an Athlon XP Palomino. And AMD produced a bunch of these on various colors of PCB substrate. I don't know why. But that's this one. It's fun. I will admit, I spent a little time on eBay collecting several colors of the Palomino Athlon XPs. Mostly just for the colors. They're all completely outclassed by Thoroughbred and Barton cores. There's not a whole lot of motherboards that'll run a Palomino and won't run anything else, so it's entirely just so I can say I have all the weird colors of these. Because it is weird, isn't it? Like, you don't see a brown CPU that often. Anyway. That was entirely added to the thumbnail just for scale, because this is a huge box. This is a huge box. When he said he was sending me stuff, I'm like, oh, alright, I'll get like, you know, a box like maybe this big. I don't know. Just some random stuff in it. No, it's like, this thing's enormous. Here, let's switch over to the desk and you can see what I'm talking about. Look at the size of this thing. What? Let's see. Here's an SSD for scale. That's how big this thing is. This is ridiculous. John, what did you send me? Anyway, I didn't finish saying hi to chat. How is everybody else doing here? HC is here. Hello. Eric's Edge. Hello. Good morning. It is not morning here for me, HC. Mac84. Hello, Steve. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you here. George the 88 is here. Hello. Welcome to the stream. And Christopher Jackson. Hello. Welcome to the stream. All right. I prepped for this before I hit go on YouTube, and the one thing I forgot, because I can never get something 100%, I always forget something. You know, if I travel somewhere, I'll forget my toothbrush or my razor or something in the hotel room, and in this case, I forgot my box opener. I have to go get my box opener, so it wouldn't be a Tech Ambrosia stream without me having to get up out of my chair and go get something from elsewhere in the lab. So I'll be right back. I think that's a record. What we're like 3 minutes into the stream and I had to go get something. That's I think that's a first. Maybe not a first, but that's definitely a record. Oh, Chris Ducati's here. Hello, welcome back to the stream. So yeah, we are gonna open this box and take a look at whatever's inside. I've got a couple of power supplies down here and some I've got some test benches ready to go just in case it ends up being like computer parts, because why wouldn't it be computer parts? What else do I do on this channel? So let's break into this thing and see what we've got. see if that's enough tape to get this open. It's not, because I need to undo these. Alright, here we go. Oh boy. Oh. There you go. All right. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. Packing peanuts. Well, let's see. We've got... There's a graphics card. And this is... What are you? It has 32 megs of SD-RAM. Apparently, it is a TNT2 Model 64. So that's cool. I can always use another one of those, honestly. You'd be surprised how useful they are if you're doing slot 1 builds, because that's plenty of performance for anything underneath like a Pentium 3 500 or so. Okay, so we've got a labeled envelope. Oh, this is his infamous internal SCSI Mac Plus mod. Nice, nice. My Mac Plus is right over there. You can see the keyboard here. And yeah, I'm absolutely doing this mod because this thing's awesome. If you haven't seen it, he's made like a breakout board that lets you, I think you have to like unmount the SCSI controller chip and like put it on this board, and then you can get an internal SCSI connector. It's fantastic. It's so good. It's exactly the kind of jank I like. Okay, comes with a blue SCSI, which is awesome. Dang, and that's all ready to go too. Comes with a fully assembled blue SCSI. It's pretty great. What else is in here? And an external blue SCSI with multiple OSs on it. Currently set to boot System 755. Wow. Wow. That's nice. That's nice. So that just plugs into the 25-pin DIN port on the back of a Mac Plus. Very cool. Very cool. I do have one already, but I can always use more. Always. Always use more. Oh, there it is, and that's the board. That is the infamous board. It looks deceptively simple. But if you watched his stream on putting this together, this is kind of a pain. In a good way, but it's kind of a pain. I am so looking forward to putting this together. So looking forward to this. This is another blue SCSI. Thank you, but jeez. Oh wow! All right, this is already a jackpot. Holy cow! Who else has joined? Oh, we've got Gutbomb. Hello, welcome to the stream. Macadie Forces, I bet there's some electronics inside. Chris Ducati has noticed this on my desk. Is that a Sega Saturn PC controller adapter there? It is. And I enjoy using it quite a bit to play a whole bunch of games. Not just emulated Saturn games. Oh, Ryzen 9 also noticed this, I believe. And yes, this is my channel logo in physical form because I got a new 3D printer. And I will be exhibiting at VCF SoCal in February, and I'll be handing these out to anybody who wants them. It's my channel logo and then a QR code to the channel. And this is a direct QR code. This does not go through like Bitly or anything like that. This goes straight to the URL. No tracking. Because that's how I roll. No tracking cookies. But yeah, that's this is an exciting development that I'm really looking forward to sharing with folks. And Garth just sent over a super chat for $20. Thank you. But what? And all it says is super chat. Yes. So the channel hit monetization a couple of weeks ago, actually, just before the beginning of December. And the first thing that YouTube unlocks with it is channel memberships, which I have no real interest in implementing on the channel, and then super chats. Y'all can super chat me. Please don't send a bunch of money in the super chats. Like, it's cool, but like you don't have to. You really don't have to. I wanted them there so that if folks have questions, they can send a buck or two, and it'll highlight it on the screen on my stream, so I can see it. That's really what I wanted it there for. Please don't send a bunch of money. HC asks, what Saturn adapter? That's a great question. I don't remember. I picked it up on Amazon, I think. This does not say. I don't remember. I would have to look it up on, I'd have to look it up in my order history to figure out which one I bought. It just translates the Saturn pad into either direct input or X input, depending on what you need. I've been able to use it with macOS and Windows. It's been really nice. I've got a couple of old Saturn pads that I picked up on eBay over the years. Okay, well let's continue. What else do we have here? Martin Max says you can never have enough blue scuzzies. I guess. Well, now I definitely have plenty of blue scuzzies. I've got the V2 as well that Eric sent over a while back that I just need to assemble. Looking forward to that though. This one I can't decide which machine I'm going to put this in. This might go in my 7500. It might also go into the beige G3. I'm not sure yet. Most importantly though, I picked up a Pico W for it, so I can do the wireless networking that version 2 has. I think it might make the most sense in the beige G3. Let's see. Moving on, the next things. Udom has joined. Hello, welcome back to the stream. Oh wow. HC says, I've seen those on Amazon. I have the Win95 Saturn to PCI adapters that IOData made. Wow. That's an impressive piece of kit. Absolutely. Alright, so we got another graphics card. Try and open this in the camera view so y'all can see it. Martin! Martin sent £5 for... Keep it up, thank you. I will. A little dancing dude. So we've got a PCI Express card in this time. This is now I know he did say that he sent along extra graphics cards for additional sadness. So these are all going to be low-end graphics cards, I'm pretty sure, which is fine because I'm cool with low-end graphics cards. I love them. And so this one has a loose pin on its heatsink here. It is a what? A Top Search E96016. This is probably like a 9200 or something. Well, it's definitely out of a Dell, because it's got a DMS59 connector on it, so that's definitely like a Dell OEM card. So yeah, definitely the sadness is here. I guess I'll find out what this is when I plug it in. It's from 2006, so it's probably DX10. But I have no idea though. It is revealing no secrets. It's got a part number on it that looks like an NVIDIA part number. So it's definitely some kind of NVIDIA card. That'll be fun to figure out later. So we've got a Model 64, a TNT2 Model 64, and an unknown PCI Express graphics card. Gutbomb says what you really need is an adapter that lets you use a Gravis Gamepad Pro on a Saturn. No. Although I have the modern version of the Gamepad Pro. Logitech picked up that line a while back, and like these are pretty good. I think this is the F310. Yeah, this is the F310. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not nearly as jank as the Gamepad Pro connected over ADB. Trina's here. Hello, Trina's Technobabble. Oh, Martin chimes in. Looks like he looked up the product code on it. It is not an NVIDIA product code. It says it is a Radeon X 1300 Pro, which is definitely sadness. That qualifies. Fantastic. Gutbomb says he loves the Gravis Gamepad Pro, especially with the stick screwed into the D-pad. Okay, this is a pair of cards, another AGP, and a PCI. What is the PCI one? Is this probably an FX 5200? Yes, it is. GeForce FX 5200. There are so many PCI FX 5200s in the world. Oh my gosh. And now I have one more. Nice. I think I actually have this model in the collection. This is the PNY 522 PPB. I think I have this in the collection. But I don't know if mine works. So I guess we'll find out. And yeah, we're gonna find out because I'm gonna grab the AGP test bench, pull it down, and set it up. We'll test some of these. Because that's what it's here for. Another AGP card. There we go. Thanks for focusing, camera. And this is a GeForce 4 MX. Oh, it's an MX 440. It's quite nicely labeled on the VGA connector. I don't know why you'd put the label there, but that's where it is. Nice. Interestingly, the GeForce 4 MX 440 and MX 460, I think it was, they're some of the fastest DirectX 7 cards you can get. Because even though they were cut down from 4 shading pipelines to 2, they clock so much higher, and they still inherit the GeForce 2's 2 texture mapping units per pixel pipeline. So they are quick. At least, relatively speaking. Being released alongside DirectX 8 capable cards, folks weren't thinking they were quite so quick. But now, of course, with the benefit of time, we know that they're actually quite fast. Martin Max says the FX 5200 was used in the Mac Pro 1,1. Yeah, I think so. I had an FX 5200 back in the day on my Athlon, because it was cheap. It was cheap and it did the thing. Sad Mac 256, hello. He says, "Oh, cool, graphics cards." All right, one more here. This is here we go. This is PCI Express. I'm gonna guess this is a 2400. Or it's one of its derivatives. That's definitely the old Radeon 2400 heatsink on there. It looks like it's never, well, no, I wouldn't say never been run. There's some dust in there. I was going to say, it looks like it's never been run, but there's some dust in there. It has been run. This has lived. Bet y'all can read that better than I can. Does it say on there, is it a 2400 XT? it does not. I think some of these are also, oh, we've got a product code. Product code up here. It's like another Dell, maybe. It is another DMS59 connector. It's like the last one. I'm gonna guess it's like a 2400 XT or it's one of those like 770, 590, 7490 cards, 80, 84, 70, whatever. The OEM cards that are like super sad. Martin Max says, yeah, 2400 XT. It's not like I haven't seen like 12,000 of those over the years. It's definitely a sad card. Looks like we've got another one. Same heatsink design. I think that's the same product code. That is the same product code. So what we have is we have two 2400 XTs, which means potentially we could make the world's saddest crossfire system. I don't think I have a system set up for crossfire just yet. I could put one together, but I don't have one all set to go today, unfortunately. But that might be something to explore in a future stream. World's saddest crossfire. Alright. This box just keeps going. It just keeps going and going. We're not even like halfway through this thing. And the graphics card, it's also PCI Express. This is very similar to the other one. I think this might be another X1300. It looks like. Looks like the same layout on the VRAM chips. Same heatsink on here. That might be another X1300. Oh, that's not precarious at all. Nice. DMS59 connector. Always nice to have one of these. You can tell it's if this'll focus. Come on. Oh, of course I won't. Oh, there we go. You can tell it's DMS59 because it's missing that one pin. Otherwise it'd be an LFH60. And it would be a Matrox cable. Alright, let's unprecarious you. There we go. Peanuts! That is motherboard, I think? Oh, hello. This looks like this might be some Pentium 4s. Trina says, I am driving her crazy by holding the cards by putting my thumb on the connector. Do you mean the edge connector? This part here? There's a really expensive and premium specialist tool for cleaning those, and it's called a pencil eraser. So I mentioned at the start of the stream that I'm going to be exhibiting at VCF SoCal in February. One of the things I think I'm going to do is 3D print. It's going to be about 3D printing and retro computers. But one of the things I think I'm going to 3D print is like a desktop pencil holder, because I'm going to bring a bunch of customized mechanical pencils, because of course everyone knows mechanical pencils are vintage CPU revivifiers, right? On the one end you've got, you know, the side where the pencil lead comes out and you can use that for bending CPU pins back into place, and the other side is an eraser that you can use for, you know, cleaning off contacts on LGA style CPUs. I'll have some swag. I'll have some swag at the show. I can't sell any of it because I'm just exhibiting, but I can give it away. Hopefully I can make some people laugh. That's the whole point. Okay. So this is Pentium 4 CPUs. Trina says yes! That is extremely well packaged. That is a lot of CPUs. Okay, so now it's starting to come back to me what he said this was. And this is kind of fun because this is a platform I don't actually have. These are I'm gonna get the socket number wrong. Socket 4, not 462. 478. Socket 478 Pentium 4s. These are like the legendary Northwood Pentium 4s. When folks think of the Pentium 4, it's generally this generation of Pentium 4 that they think of. It's actually the one that I have the least amount of experience with. I had an OEM IBM system, a Think Center, that had like a hyper-threaded Northwood in it. I think Northwoods had hyper-threading, didn't they? Yeah. I think it was like 3.06 gigahertz. Maybe it was 2.8. 2.8 was really popular. But I bought that system. So I had my gaming Athlon, right? It was an Enforce 2 Athlon Barton Mobile, overclocked, of course, because that's what you did with Athlon XP. So I had that and my 6600 GT, and it was fantastic. I'm like, I'm gonna upgrade. I'm gonna get some new parts. And I picked up, it wasn't particularly new, but I picked up a 7600 GT, socket 939 system, an Athlon X2, and put it all together, and it ran for about 3 months, and then capacitor plague, it all died. The GPU died, the motherboard died, and I was out of the 3-month warranty period. So, because I put it together with parts. So, I had just spent all of my money on my computer, so I ended up going to the surplus store back in Wisconsin. The University of Wisconsin runs a surplus store, and I picked up one of their cheapest office PCs, which was a $20 Think Center with Pentium 4 Northwood in it. That's my only experience with Pentium 4 Northwoods. That and where I eventually got a job had a bunch of them because they refused to retire them, even though they were absolutely dog slow. So here we go. There's a lot of Northwood CPUs. Maybe some Prescotts in here too. I think Prescott also launched on this platform. But that is what socket 478 Pentium 4s look like. This is the last time Intel used pins on their processor PCBs. So this was right before LGA 775. A little precarious. What do we have here? So the 775 Pentium 4s I know are like, they have like insane numbers on them, like the 504 and the 621. They don't mean anything because they're all about the same performance level. Do these have the stupid numbers on them? No, these will actually tell you what speed they run at. This is 2 gigahertz. This is... The printing on these is incredibly difficult to see. They are old. That's a 2.4. Another 2.4. Oh, there's that 2.8 I was talking about. 2.26. Ugh. I can only imagine how slow that is. And another 2.4. So you got a bunch of 2.4s, a 2.6? No, that's also 2.4. 2.4, 2.4, 2.4, and 2. Oh, that's 2 gigahertz. On a 400 megahertz frontside bus. That'll be fun. This is going to be a dog. This one's going to be a total dog. And then a 2.8, which might actually be reasonable. Is that 2.8 or is that 2.6? 2.8. SL7PK. I don't know if that's Northwood or Prescott. Hopefully it's Northwood. Prescott would be pretty slow at 2.8. Cool. Excellent. So I think this is the motherboard that these run in. Oh, he's brave. He shipped it with the cooler attached. There we go. That is a motherboard. And this particular motherboard is oh, that's a beefy CPU cooler. That is a beefy CPU cooler. Look at the size of that fan. So, what do we got? This is running 400 megahertz DDR. Looks like it's got a gig in it. It's an Intel chipset, which is pretty cool. And there is a processor already installed. See if we can get the processor out without popping anything. I hate these. Oh, there we go. Always worried they're gonna like spring it back at me. Alright. Shipped without thermal paste, that's fine. And that is another 2.8. It's a different stepping code. So the one I'm holding in my hand is SL7PK. The one that's in the socket is SL6WJ. That's on an 800 megahertz frontside bus. Ah, and this one is on a 533 megahertz frontside bus. Nice. So that should be pretty quick. Look at that little socket. It's so cute. Got a nice fast HEP8X slot there. And wait a second. Side PCI? I don't know what that's supposed to be. The heck is this slot? That's not PCI at all. What the heck is that? Oh no, it is. It says, it's silk screened right on the board. It says external PCI slot. Wow. So we've got a product code on here. I'm going to guess that this is an OEM board, but it looks like it's an Asus P4SD. You can see it's right there, right below the North Bridge. But this board is crammed with stuff. We've got 2 SATA ports. Looks like there's an onboard CMOS reflash or CMOS reset button. We've got onboard sound with auxiliary ins for the CD-ROM drives. This takes normal ATX power with an ATX 12 volt. ATX 12 volt there. That's a cool board. Fun. So what is the sound chip on here? Oh, it's just an Analog Devices AC97. Nothing special. Just put a Sound Blaster Live in it or something. Nice. Well, thank you. I don't know if John is here. I'm gonna guess that he's busy at the moment, so I think he streams right before dinner. Or my stream is right before his dinner time. But I'm sure he'll watch the VOD. Thank you. This is a heck of a thing. Well, I have, yeah, this is just ATX. I have a test bench and some power supplies. Why don't we set this thing up and see what it'll do? That is a Chungus fan. Do not stick your finger anywhere near that fan. It will take it off. Oh. I've got another DMS59 cable. This one ends in DVI, which is nice. Let's see if there's anything else in here before I put the box on the floor. Looks like that is everything. Okay. Cool. That's awesome. Let's get some stuff ready to go. That's my hand tuck. This is an early prototype of my super compact version of my 3D print and test bench. Release on this is coming soon. Since I have the Bamboo Lab here now, I can actually print these things off of it, and they turn out pretty well. So let's get this installed. Got some screws around here somewhere. Right here. Yes. So the way these work is obviously install the test bench onto the board, and you should put in all 4 screws. I think I've got this one actually okay. Yeah, this one's actually okay. I'll put all 4 in here so I can demonstrate this. But what ends up happening is the motherboard and the power supply end up becoming stressed members of the test bench. I need an electric screwdriver. There we go. So now we've got this mounted into the test bench. You can see we've got these little guys on the back, which slot into some screws in my ATX power supply. Just like that. And just screwed in. This was, I redesigned it this way, mostly to help save on print times and print costs, because this smaller test bench takes about 1/3 of the material to print, and about 1/3 of the time. And most folks, from the chatting with folks that I was doing about the test benches, most people use them in the horizontal configuration. And this is definitely best suited to work in horizontal position, but there's still a handle on the back. You can still flip it up into the vertical, but it's not quite as strong in vertical orientation as the others. So let's get some power in here. 12-volt. Oh, come on, reach. This stupid power supply. Are you kidding me? Better go find my extender for this. Where did I put that? Extra one. There it is. No, that's not it. Oh, there's a fan cable that looks like it. Where the heck did that extender go? It's on the other one, that's why. Okay. ATX 12-volt extender. Only needed for this garbage power supply. I call it garbage because I'm frustrated with it, but it actually has one of the best 5-volt rails on any of my power supplies in here, even my modern ones. Okay. Power, let's put in that CPU again. That's the 2.8. Let's do the 2.0. Let's have a little sadness. Heatsink. Heatsink goop. these so much. They always feel like they're going to break. It's at least not as bad as the one I have on my socket 479, which is that's Pentium M. But that one is just like, Intel went from a bad cooler design to another bad cooler design to another bad cooler design. Because after this was push pins. We all love push pins. Let's see, let's boot one of these awful AGP cards. The GeForce 4MX. Let's do that one. We've got parallel ATA and serial ATA. What do you think the likelihood is of it being able to boot off of its serial ATA? That was not a common feat for a long time. Well, I've got an SD to IDE here. So I also have all of the operating systems for my cheap PC Challenge PC. So like, I have Windows XP. We can give it a try. Let's give it a try. I'm sure Windows XP will have no problem going from an AM3 system back to a socket 478 Pentium 4. Yeah, it'll be fine. That should be pretty funny. Oh, where's my SATA cables? If I were primary SATA, what would I be? That one. Labeled SATA 1. Finding the first port of anything is never helpful, because it's like, okay, so is the next port labeled 2 or labeled 0? Okay, and this has PS2 keyboard and mouse. So I've got PS2 keyboard and mouse. Keyboard. And mouse. We're going to need VGA. That is over here. Okay. Make sure that that's working. One sec. Cool. Capture card's working. Let's turn on the VGA. Awesome. Okay. Keyboard and mouse, video, we need power. Power's on the motherboard, we need power to the power supply. We're we're going to need a power button. Where is my power button? I was just using one of them. There we go. Right there. Okay. If I were a power button, where would I be? Power on, right there. That one. Okay. Oops. Bumped my USB. Put it back. Okay, awesome. If I even look at my USB on this machine, funny. Just stops working. Okay, so I think we're all set. Ryzen 9 3900 XT asks, can you run SpeedSys on the NetBurst Pentium 4? Alright, I'll have to get out my one of my ST to IDEs. It is automatically turned on. It appears to be running. This is from an HP D330. If you are running Unix, you need to configure your system. Amazing. Well, it looks like it's going to detect the SSD, so let's see if this thing will run. Out of memory space for option ROMs. Who cares? Boot. Let's do it. How many option ROMs are on this thing? It's just a desktop machine. Looks like it's not going to do anything without me actually going in through setup. Okay, that's fine. Got a super chat. Clarjon One Plus says, snagging what I think is your first super chat. You are my third super chat. I know. I was not expecting any super chats. So this is, it is currently 16. You're kidding me. Can I type in here? Yes, I can. Yay! And it is 12. The heck is the date today? 23rd. Let's give it a conniption fit by rocketing it and catapulting it into the future. There we go. A storage device. Looks good. Joe's Computer Museum says, what? We can send you super chats now. Hi, Mom. Hello, Joe. Remember to clean your room. Okay. Save. Let's see if it boots now. Hey, there we go. Look at that. Let's see if it'll do it. It will not. It says no. Alright, but let's... Ryzen 9 3900 XT wants to see speed sys on this. So I'm gonna grab my secret project and grab the SD to IDE off of it. Where did I put the SD to IDE? Maybe it's not on this one. Oh, that's right. The secret project was using an actual hard drive. Where is spare SD? Which means now I need to find a spare SD to IDE. Aha. Like this one. Gut bomb. Secret project. Slot ones. This should be booting Windows 98, so this will have DOS on it, and this will have SpeedSys on it. Oh my gosh. The cables on this power supply. Get out of there. Okay. Okay, let's run some DOS. There we go. Controller order. Oh, it didn't save any of it. Okay. F10 accept. Boot order. Sure. It doesn't take any of your settings unless you F10 it. Ugh. Okay, so this should boot us into DOS. I forgot to put in the boot GUI 0. Whoops. Okay, let's do that real quick here. Notepad. I need to see all my stuff. Okay. Show all files. Don't hide file extensions. This is a very fresh install of Windows 98. Very fresh. Let's see. I need MS-DOS.sys. That's the trick right there, folks. Boot GUI 0. Let's try that again. Oh, I should probably check my auto exec, make sure it hasn't mutilated it. Surprisingly, it hasn't. That's amazing. Let's reboot then. This BIOS is the worst. This is the most annoying thing. I can't boot up all the option ROMs. Shut up! Run the computer! There we go. Now we've got DOS. Let's switch this over to VGA Gaming so y'all can see the whole screen. There we go. So, we're going to go into the DOS Bench suite and run SpeedSys. So we're under, supposedly according to SpeedSys, we are under the speed of a Celeron 1200. This is the 2 gigahertz version of the Pentium 4, by the way. It is Northwood. slower than a Celeron 1200. Oh, but look at that memory bandwidth. That was the Pentium 4's real its real crowning achievement, was that front side bus was just completely bonkers. Completely bonkers. This is the slow one. This is the 400 megahertz front side bus. Just absolutely nuts. Memory bandwidth of 3 gigabytes per second. Oh, Gutbomb says, this is the CPU I have in my Pentium 4 machine with RAM bus. Oof. I have a RAM bus system back there, not Willamette, a Willamette Pentium 4, but I only have a 1.7. But that thing is also kind of a dog. Oh, Pentium 4. Oh, we were never good. Alright, so let's run a little Quake on it. It should be pretty funny. This is with the GeForce MX 440, by the way. So we'll run it at 320 by 240 first, because this will be funny. Yeah, that's what I thought. I took about, 4.5 seconds. 219 FPS. Let's turn some fast VGA on and see what it does at 640 by 480. Fast vid. Turn on everything. No crashes, that's good. So let's run this at 640 by 480 and see what it does. I bet we get the same number. Oh, not quite. It's not going to be quite the same number, but this is a lot. It's a lot of FPS. 102. Oh, that's so dumb. I love it. It's a pretty immense DOS machine. Let's see. What else? Let's do it. Check CPU. See, so it's a Pentium 4. B0 stepping. Ah, amazing. Will PC Player even work, or is it going to corrupt because I ran all the fast vid stuff? Oh, 320 by 200 works. I can't wait to see us get like 600 frames per second. No, not quite. 400 frames per second. And it's having trouble with sync. Vertical sync. Good! Good. Good. Things are going well. Now I wonder, if I click back to DOS, I usually have an install directory. Yes, with goodies in it. I have a lot of new drivers on here, but I have 2032. Let's get this working. Let's play some games on this. Come on, give me your beef about option ROMs. I don't care. I so don't care. Boot. Clarjean says, this is fine. Okay. Yeah, sure. We've got drivers on here. Let's see what happens. Still have the extra slick Welcome to Windows 98 screen on. Oh. Is this what you want to install? No, go away. Have disk. Just give me the controls. Windows, let me do it. Drivers, NVIDIA. I haven't expanded it yet. Only have 5664 on here. Let's see. Install drivers, NVIDIA. You know what? Fine. Let's do 5664. It's way more than it needs, but it should be fine. Oh, there we go. GeForce 4MX 440 SE. I don't know if this is an AGP8X version. What do I have for the... We're going to need to put in the input driver for this chipset instead of Intel chipset. I don't know if I have that on here. Doesn't look like it. Do not have the inf driver. Windows. Just give it a reboot, see if it works. I don't remember what system I was running this on before. I wonder if it was the 865. No, because the 865 is right there. And I've got an SSD for that. I've got a SATA SSD for it. What was this thing running? I remember this was the Aladdin TNT2. That's right. That's right. This installation of Windows 98 gave me so many problems. So many problems. And clearly it's continuing to give me problems. Let's see. Does it have... Where's my USB stick? Does it have the USB support built in yet, or is it gonna not work? Get in there. Yeah, without the inf driver, it has no idea. Okay. Gut Bomb asks, did your A1 come with a spool of support filament? No, it came with one of those little, vacuum bags full of white PLA that's useless. I also didn't get like the little toy that you're supposed to be able to make. I don't think anyway. I still have the box. I haven't completely pawed through all the box, but I didn't get like a little model kit or anything with it. Joe says format C:. I'm gonna try real quick to grab the inf drivers for this chipset, which I don't actually know what chipset this is. It's the P4SD. I guess I can just look it up, and we'll see if I can get this video card driver just to install. Just see if it works. Just see if it just works. We'll Todd Howard it first, and if that doesn't work, we'll nuke it from orbit. Classic. Now save to turn off your computer. Oh, those are the days. Those are the days. Gosh. Joe is trying to remember how to install Win98 from memory. So since I'm using an SD to IDE, I'm going to cheat and plug the SD card into my modern computer and go over to Vogon's drivers. That's not what I wanted. Firefox. Open a new window, thank you. Oh, I have stuff all over my keyboard. Get. Figure it all out later. That internal SCSI mod's gonna be so much fun. Okay, Vogon's drivers. Now look this motherboard up. It's the P4SD. I'm pretty sure that's an ASUS board. Yes. The Retro Web says it's the ASUS P4SD-LA HP OEM, and it uses the Intel 865G. Fun! Oh, supposedly it should have USB 2.0 on it. Nice. Alright, motherboards. Do you have Intel Infs? Yes. Chipset Inf version 6.3. One of the last Intel chipset drivers supports Windows 98 SE. Perfect. That should have support for the 865 in it. I just right-clicked on it in my Downloads folder, and now Windows has decided to give me a spinning circle. Windows. This is not the time. In the middle of the stream is not the time for you to freak out. And now my Explorer has crashed. And restarted. Great. Great. I fresh reinstalled this copy of Windows on this machine like 2 months ago, and it has never been less stable. This machine has never been less stable than it is right now. And this is a fresh install. It's so frustrating. Okay. flakiest card reader in the world. Did not load it with read write. Try it again. Come on. There we go. Okay, drivers, paste. Alright, we've got Intel Int drivers. Do I have 7-zip on here? I do. Excellent. Eject. Just hang out there for a second. Okay. Off we go. It's always something. It's always something. Oh no! Martin Max says I meant to love you and leave you. I have a sick 4-year-old who needs a cuddle. Well, I hope they feel better, and it was good to see you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Let's see if that works. There we go. Actually rebooting. If it works, we're gonna have like 20 things for, yes, for installing drivers. And it'll be hopefully faster than reinstalling Win98. It didn't work. Alright, fine. We're reinstalling Windows 98. Nothing like doing that live on a stream. Okay. I want... What is the disk cache utility? I always forget this. Skilla, hello. Welcome to the stream. Skilla says 18 blue screens of death to go. Oh god, I hope not. Blast it. Brain is failing me. Smart drive, that's it. Like, it's not drive space, it's not double space, it's smart drive. Ryzen 9 3900 XT asks, hey, see if you can boot the WinXP on the SATA again. Well, the thing is, like, it did boot it, and then it immediately rebooted. So that's also not happy. Ah. Joe was remembering how to reinstall Windows 98 from the CD. And actually, I should have used your command line, because it would have saved us a little time. So we wouldn't have to do the scan disk. Joe says, I remember it very clearly. I did it so many times, it's etched into my brain. It's got its own dedicated fold in there somewhere. Gutbomb says Joe is sitting in his basement right now, yelling out the product key to no one in particular. Okay, let's do this in record time. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have an answer file, so I'm going to have to go find my Win98 key. Nobody steal my key from me, okay? Hang on. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, whatever. I wonder if this version of Windows 98 that I have on here is just weird. I don't know where I got it. Let's see. Windows 98 key is that one. Okay. I always do a custom install. Oh, what are we going to call this? Cheez-It. It's a Pentium 4. It's full of cheese. Tima says, I want to see the new latest catalog of the finest Microsoft products. Yep, well here we go. Windows 98 gets to tell us how great it is. We've already bought it, now it's going to sell us on it more. Microsoft didn't want users, they wanted zealots. Skilla says, I still love Win 2000 Pro. So do I. And actually the secret project is running Windows 2000, because it's my favorite version of Windows. Chris Jackson says, I feel like the install could have had elevator music. Definitely. Imagine if you had like a Sound Blaster installed and it just started playing like elevator music on the OPL chip. It'd be great. It would totally get the exact perfect vibe across. Gutbomb says, is it even Windows 98 if you don't install the dial-up networking? Joe says, canyon.mid. So it should be passport. Passport.mid. Because it's always been passport.mid. Many new computers start instantly using the On Now power management feature. It's because they never stopped. They start instantly because they never stopped. M. Joe Devetkov is here. Hello, welcome back to the stream. You're gonna hate me, I'm using way too recent drivers. Joe says it'll stop at 7 minutes for longer than a minute. I call it the 7-minute stretch. Yeah, see, the problem's been endemic, Joe. Joe says like every Windows 10 and Windows 11 machine that you can't actually turn off and drains your battery in your laptop bag. It's endemic. It was designed that way, Joe. This is the genuine Windows experience. And Joe asks, who is the biologist? There is another retro YouTuber whose channel goes by the name of BigBadBiologist's BigBadBench. If you haven't watched any of his videos, he mostly streams, and they are phenomenal. Like, he's built some of the jankiest stuff that I've ever seen, and it's amazing. %, have 21 minutes left. Definitely normal. Yeah, the only way I've actually made Windows 10 or 11 actually shut down like a mobile machine is by rebooting it and then powering off in the BIOS. Because on a reboot, it'll actually like reload things from disk instead of, you know, pulling back its piece of memory that it's saved to the disk. Yep. Dave's Garage. Timo mentions there's a channel here called Dave's Garage. And yeah, he was a former Microsoft programmer. He's responsible for a lot of the jank in Windows, honestly. I mean, he's done very well for himself, and he's a nice guy, and his videos are very interesting. But he's definitely inflicted a lot of jank on us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, seriously, guys, don't steal my Windows key. It's really important. I can't lose this one. It's very important that you not take this off of this stream, because, you know, this is definitely a product you can still buy. BH33GX. Oh boy, the driver database. Gutbomb says piracy. If buying isn't owning, is piracy stealing? Joe just coughed up another key. Skillet says, okay, I'll take Joe's instead. Joe says, let's build a machine where we upgrade from DOS 1 to Windows 11. You know, that AM3 machine I built for the Cheap PC Challenge is pretty close. I really thought about, like, what if I could get Windows 98 running on this machine? Because then I'd have DOS 98, and then I did XP, Vista 7, 8, 10, 11, Like that platform can run so much stuff. Oh my gosh. Timo's machine will not stay turned off after shutdown. He has to pull the power out from the wall. Yikes. It's persistent. Okay. We're getting there. This is the back half of the installer. Alright, cool. Let's give it the right time zone, because who cares? And it should be. All that memory bandwidth helps a lot installing Windows. It's not an especially fast chip, but it's a fast platform. Joe says 7 minutes. Yep, we are at the 7-minute stretch, and yes, of course, it's gonna sit here while it updates system settings, and this is gonna take forever. It's gonna take forever. It is the 7-minute stretch. So I believe when it's doing this, it is writing out all of the Hive files, so all the registry files. And it's compiling everything in and getting everything, you know, collated. Building the registry for the first time, which is horrifying. I would have loved to have been in that meeting where someone was like, you know what we need? We need a giant database in the back end of Windows. That's going to solve all our problems. A giant database that if it ever corrupts, you can't boot the machine. Clarjon 1 Plus says, I just used Tumblr's Blades feature to blast out to thousands of users' screens a reminder to go get the wet clothes out of the washing machine. Beautiful. I love it. That was Clarjon's shenanigans for the day. Somehow I don't think you're done with shenanigans for the day, but, you know. It's adorable that you think so. Joe timed it. Uh-oh. Well. Good old Windows. You installed that driver. You installed that driver. Why did you install that driver? If it wasn't gonna work. Oh my god. Oh, this operating system. Well, we're at an hour and a half. I wonder, maybe we can get that SATA SSD to work. HC says, I'm back. What are we doing? Well, I just tried to fresh install Windows 98, and Windows 98 installed the wrong driver for one of the IDE controllers. So it won't boot. Oh, this operating system. So let's see if I can... That's fine. Onboard devices. Give you your option ROM space and turning off all the other stuff. Ooh. Oh, that's mine. Okay. It detected the G-force. Okay, I'm like, I don't think it had onboard NVIDIA. No, it doesn't. Let's turn off the USB. I have to share an IRQ with that. Really? Really? Okay. Sure. Sure. Let's do that. Please have room for your stupid option ROMs. Try Windows 98 one more time. Chassis fan not detected. Cool, thanks. Looks like the option ROMs work though. Let's see if it'll just boot. MGCO says HP BIOSes suck. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. It boots now! Hooray! Okay. We're back and working. My auxiliary lights have turned off, so that's good to know. They don't last even 2 hours. Okay, so now... God, it's so extra. Go away. Let's get that inf driver installed. I have a fan somewhere that I could plug into the chassis fan header and just have it not worry about the fan anymore. Oh my god. Really? Who cares about the... That's the printer, isn't it? It's not LPT, but PRN, that's printer, isn't it? Fuck, really? I can't even... It is locked up. I can't even put anything in there. Nice. Jeez. This machine. There we go. Suddenly the PRN device doesn't matter. Oh, that's better. And Joe says each driver install prompt requires exactly 5 enter key presses. You can just slam them. It's true. Especially the ones for, like, default monitor. Worthless. Gutbomb says, Joe, you need to channel your Windows 98 install experience into some income. And Joe says, I'm Earl Schleib, and I'll install Windows 98 on any machine for $49.99. If we end up getting into a situation where it's like, oh, it only boots correctly every other time, like, that wouldn't be such a big deal, except that it's Windows 98 and you have to reboot for, like, everything. Here we go. Will it reboot correctly? Who knows? Francois says, new hardware found. Well, it's not exactly new anymore, but yeah. Well, there it is again. So let's see if it'll boot the second time. It looks like it is, like, it's not going to boot every other time. Unbelievable. Come on. It's got to be something stupid in the BIOS. It needs, like, a hard reset in order to boot. Oh, Windows. Yeah, see? It boots every other time. Great. Love it. Absolutely love it. I might go grab that fan. Because, oh my god. Okay, so let's get, finally, the thing we were going to do an hour ago. Let's get some drivers installed. It's the oldest one I can use with the GeForce 4MX. 2832, perfect. You know, that might do it. Joe says re-enable the printer port in the BIOS. That might fix it. You know what I bet? You know what I bet? Is I go and I re-enable the printer port, right? And then it starts giving me the issue, the error message about not enough memory for option ROMs again. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? I'll do it. Next reboot, I'll do it. It's going to be in just a second here. There we go. F10 for the BIOS. Here we go. Come on, Windows, you can reboot. There you go. Da, 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 da. Gross. Sure. Put you there. If this thing starts squawking about option ROMs, I'm gonna freaking scream. Hey, at least it didn't. Let's see if it actually works. This should be a hard reset, so it should boot this time. Hopefully. Have a good one, Clarjon. I'll see you later. Well, that's a no boot. Everything is broken garage has arrived. Hello. Good evening. We are checking out a Pentium 4 given to the channel by BigBadBiologist. And it is currently not booting. I think because I turned on the printer port. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Come on, turn off. Okay, let's try this again. Again and again and again and again. We did change two variables, right? Like we installed the graphics card drivers, and I re-enabled the printer port. So Both things, probably not great. But the BIOS does force the graphics card to share an IRQ with the SATA controller. So I imagine that's also a factor in it currently not booting. Oh, this BIOS is so bad. Oh my god. I'm going to turn off the SATA controller. So you can see, no matter what I set the SATA controller to, it requires me to use the same ARQ for the graphics card. So I'm going to turn off the SATA controller. We'll put that on IRQ 10 because that's where graphics cards should be. See if it boots now. I noticed there's another message there. I should have read it before I just hit F1. George Z88 says, "Oh my god, you killed it!" Ryzen 9 3900 XT says, "Well, at least it's not VIA." You know, if this is a VIA chipset, it would probably work. No, the chipset's fine. It's this BIOS. This BIOS is hot garbage. Who predicted 18 blue screens? Around 7. It's number 8, I think. I get the feeling this is just going to keep going on and on. Alright, well that's a bust. It is currently just about 6 o'clock and I need to get going to my next event. So I hope everybody had a good time on the stream. Sorry we couldn't get anything working past, running speedsys on this. But I think this is probably a good place to stop because this could be a large number of hours sunk into this machine to get it to work. So we'll come back to that later. Oh, I wish it had been a more successful stream, but you know, sometimes you can't do it. You just gotta use the hardware as it comes. And tonight, it's not playing ball. It's just not playing ball. So I think I'm gonna end the stream there, and I'm definitely looking forward to putting together this. This Mac Plus internal SCSI doohickey from BigBadBiologist. That is going to be a lot of fun. Having an internal SCSI drive on a Mac Plus is a pretty great flex. And yeah, I think that's it. I have these two 2400 XTs now. So at some point I should do the world's saddest Crossfire setup. So that might be fun for the next stream. Maybe. I think I've got some boards that can do Crossfire, I'm pretty sure. I think I've got like an AM3 Plus AMD 970 board back there that does Crossfire, I think. Francois says, I am and always shall be your blue screen of death. Skilla says, this is the real retro experience. Yeah, it really is. It really is. Just continuous boot loops and blue screens of death. This is how these things go sometimes. It really is. It's how things go. Oh. Anything. Yeah, Joe says the only BSOD quantity I'll bet is many. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Alright. Well, yeah, Trina says have a great night and happy holidays, and I will say the same to you all. Have a great night and have a happy holiday, and I hope the next week is a fun time and it's relaxing. So I hope everybody has a great night, and I hope the PC parts are always in your favor, because they sure weren't tonight. Have a good one, everybody. I will see you in the next stream.